Hello, good night everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Youngsters Family is here tonight again with another one. Here tonight doing something different on the channel, you know. Roommate there, don't know, a Radman, and they are the DIY rad repair. So I get into it. Yes, my boss.
Yeah, people. Good night. So, I was at work today, and one of my co-workers found this rod in the dumpster. So, it was a little beaten up, you know. All these guys were on it, and they were whole, as you can see, they're worn. Yeah. So I decided to do a repair, and luckily I was planning to do a repair back home when I get to Jamaica, because I'm a fisherman and I love doing these kind of things hands on. So I bought a kit on Amazon. Easy online guide you can find on Amazon. It's very cheap and inexpensive.
We're gonna leave a link for this kit here on Amazon. Until
Yeah. So I kind of started already. As you can see, this was the original first guide that was on it, and I started to wrap on this new one with metallic thread and some Gorilla Glue. Originally you're supposed to use flex coat, and you have some other glues online that use specifically on rods, but it's a DIY, so you know, Gorilla Glue used for everything. Yeah, so get into it now.
I'm gonna show them what's another man trash is the next man one.
Treasure.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I also bought these metallic threads online, same Amazon, and they're very useful.
As usual, links are gonna be in the description for all of these products he's using here for the
Very
DIY.
strong and sturdy.
Yeah.
See, it don't break easy. That one broke, but yeah, you got to put some pressure on it. Yeah. So it's metallic thread. Anyways,
Alright,
I
people.
only got one red, so I don't want to use too much of it, and don't have enough to, you know, let it be uniform right through. So I'm using red and gold, because the rod also is gold, as you can see. So I'm going to use gold thread to line in the middle
Nice.
of the guide right here. So there are ways you can attach the thread. If you look on YouTube, you can find easier ways, but I just put a knot. So I just carry it around like that, you know. Bring it under. I think this is a uni knot. Bring it under like that. It's very thin, so I don't know if you can see.
And the lighting
Bring
is
it
not so
around.
good.
Yeah. Just bring it under. You can look online to see what a uni knot is, to make it easier for you. Just make a uni knot like that. Carry it around a few times and then pull on it. And then you just pull the thread like that. Kind of like a simple knot. And it just fastens on there.
Nice.
Use a little knife and you cut off the tag end. This tag end right here, this extra piece. Just like that. And then you begin to wrap, you know, just to let it look, just to make it look fancy and uniform. You just begin to wrap it tight and as close as possible. So we're going to continue to wrap it until it's all the way up, and then we'll get back to you. Yes, peeps, so we're going to finish wrapping on the gold thread. As you can see right there, it just in the middle right there. So we're going to cut the thread once more, just like that, and and then make another uni knot. Well, no, we're not going to make a uni knot. We're just going to bring the thread underneath the finger. So bring it, wrap it around your finger like that. Bring it around again. It's kind of hard to deal with right now. Just bring it around, and then remove your finger. Push the thread underneath, just like that. Hold the end and pull on it, just like that. Alright, now we're going to apply the Gorilla Glue to keep it in place. Let's cut out that one again. So, just pull this Gorilla Glue here. It has a brush, which is very helpful. You just apply a small amount, just like that, and it will help to keep the thread in place. Be careful when using Gorilla Glue because it's very, very strong and it can burn your skin, so just a heads up. Alright, so as you can see there, we're finished wrapping the first part. So we're going to put that aside, allow it to dry, and then start the other piece. So when putting on guides, people, you have to make sure that all of them are appropriately lined up so that you don't have any twists. As you can see up at the top right there, I don't know if you can see, let me bring it down a little. This one is slightly turned, so you have to turn the rod like that to ensure that it is straight, right? And then the next guide is going to come right here. So next size is this size here. I'm not sure of the diameter, but if you want to be sure, you can measure it. And they're not really exact, but you know, as close as possible is fine enough for me. So what I'm going to do is ensure that the rod guide is in line with the other one down at the end right here. And then what you can do is apply the Gorilla Glue again to just hold it on, and then you start to wrap on the thread, and that will help to get your rod guides lined up properly. So you just do like that. Just apply the Gorilla Glue right there. Alright, and then just hold it for a little while, and then it will keep it in place, and then you can start to wrap again. So give us a few minutes and then we get back to you.
Alright people, so this is a two-piece rod as I noticed. Yeah. Alright, so right here, explain to them, G. Yeah, rod man, you know.
Yeah man, so some rods they come detachable. Some is just one whole thing, so you can pull it out of the harness right there. So this one now is a two-piece. You have rods that are three-piece rods. You have rods that are telescopic, meaning that they just draw right out, just like a telescope. That's what they call it, telescopic, and so on. So for those who don't know, rods come in one piece, like the GX2, for instance. That is a popular rod made by Shakespeare. That is a one piece. It comes in one piece and two piece also. So you can look online and just, you know, find out any information you need to know in that regards. Alright, so as you can see right there now, back to the rod guide. The Gorilla Glue held it in place. I don't have to hold it, and if you touch it like that, you see that it's very sturdy, so you can begin to wrap on your thread again. So we're starting with red thread again. You know, you rest this right here. So just going to bring Yes, people, so I'm making a uni knot once more, just to attach the thread to the rod, you know. So as before, you can look online to see how you make a uni knot. So I just put, oh my, I pull on it a little bit too hard right there, so it's separated rod guide. Alright, so I'm gonna have to reapply some Gorilla Glue. Try and hold it back in place. I didn't allow it to dry properly, so people have to allow it to dry before you start the wrap. So once more, applying a little Gorilla Glue to hold the guide in place so I can wrap on. Skip it so it doesn't move. Alright peeps, so I'm just doing a rough threading because I want it to hold the guide properly in place. The glue has not dried properly, I just want to make that clear. So this is no specific technique, I'm just trying to get the guide not to move. Alright, so once more, you just try to wrap it downwards or upwards towards the guide hole. It doesn't really matter which side you start. You could start from the tip right there or up downwards. It doesn't really matter. I'm starting downwards. So just try to wrap it as tight as you can and as close as possible. Just hold a little tension on the line, on the thread. This is kind of tedious, you know, it takes a little patience. So if you have any gears that can help you to spin the rod, that would be helpful. But I don't have any, so I just have to use my hand.
Hello again, welcome back to the channel. I mean, don't know this start I look up progress when I deal with the local rod thing, and my friend I deal with the D.I.Y rod fixing thing. Yeah man. Rather dumping happy and the general set it up. Right now it looks so good. Show them how I go my boss.
Yeah peeps. So your rod under really is right there. You know. What I did was put on all the guides right up onto the tip. Now we're going to put on the tip of the rod. So we're going to need a lighter and the rod tip glue. This little thing here. So what we're going to do is preheat. It's kind of windy outside. We're going to preheat the rod glue. Yes peeps, so it was a bit windy outside, so we had to come in. So we're just going to preheat the rod glue until it gets soft. And then we're going to use, we can use the rod tip and go like this. Just try and get some strands. We're going to use these strands later on. Or you can use anything else if you want. Get some strands from it like that. Alright? So you're going to wait until that dries a little. Just put it down. and pull off what is on the rod tip already. Now these strands, you're just gonna roll them like this. Just roll them up. And then you're going to put the strands inside the rod tip. It's not rolled properly. I'm just going to try and fit it in there. If it's not going in, then you just have to use another piece. Just like that. Let's try and fit it in there. It's proving to be a bit difficult right now. So I guess you can just have to preheat it and then try and get it in there. Woo. Yeah. So that works. Let's preheat it. Just like that. And then you're going to fit it on to the tip of the rod. Just like that. If it's not going in, then you just continue to eat it a little. And then make sure it's snug. Try not to burn yourself. And you have to make sure that it is in line with all the guides. So, if you can see, don't know if you can see from that angle, so what we're going to do is turn it around. You can see all of that if it's lined up properly. See? Let me use a bullseye. It kind of needs to be turned a little. Yeah, look at it. Yeah, that looks fine right there. All you do now is just wait on it to dry. And it's as easy as that. Put it on a rod tip. All you need is a lighter and some rod glue. So the rod is complete, you know, full restoration. You can see right there.
Yeah.
It took me a little time, but you know, it was hands-on work, D.I.Y, so you know, you have to put a little labor in it. Yeah, I put on a Piscifun Flame 5000 reel. This is one of my favorite reels. I got one already back home, so I decided to get another one because I can use the two of them for parts if one fails. But they're fairly strong, they're really strong, and I have caught a lot of fish with it back home. Don't have any videos, but I got pictures, so it's a really good reel. Piscifun Flame 5000. See, Flame 5000. Really strong reel. Braid up to 60 pounds. Really strong. And it matches the whole look of the rod itself. The red thread. Yeah. With the black handle and all that. Yeah. So that's the rod complete. The rod and reel complete.
Right? So when the braid is gone, the line is gone right now, the braided.
Yes, we're going to put some 50-pound braid on the rod, but we're going to wait until the rod tip is fairly, it's well dried before we start to reel on the braid line on. Let's peeps. Now we're going to put on the braid. Braid it and the reel. We're going to screw it on the top. top. Going through all the guides. Put your breed and in there supposed to work like that. This one keeps moving. Keeps you ensure that your bail arm is flipped up before you tie on. Yes, please. So before you tie on your braid or your mono, ensure you flip up your bail arm like that. Sorry. Up your bail arm, then you tie on. Well, you can use any knot you want to use to tie it on. Some people just use tape. I don't have any tape right now, so I just use a knot. Just put on the knot like that, and then you cut off the tag end. Always cut off the tag end. Like that, and then you flip back your bail just like that, and then you begin to reel. Alright, so when you catch, when you already have a few spools on, you just hold a little tension on it with your finger like that, because you don't have a spooler. We're going to use our fingers, and remember it shouldn't be too tight because it can also cut you, so be careful. It's just going to allow it to run through your fingers. So feel it up. Alright. Let's begin to reel. Allow it to run through your fingers like that. Tension. Take a while, you know. Alright peeps, as you can see it's on. You know, it's not as tight as you would like it, but it works. You know, after casting a few times it will get tighter by itself when you have something kind of heavy on it. And you don't want to put too much on it, because if you put too much on it, then you will just reel off and roll off the spool, and you don't want that. So you kind of leave a little part there. Some reels come with the line that you shouldn't pass. This one, you don't really have the line, but you know, you can follow the little edge right there and just try not to go as close. And and that will help to minimize the, yeah, so it's on now. All we do is just cut it. Just cut it right there. Yeah, and then you can begin to rig up.
Yeah, we're gonna rig it up right now. People, funny thing about it, I buy so that I'm gonna miss some plate, I'm gonna miss some plate first.
There it is.
Yes, people, you see that? D.I.Y. Rod repair. You see me? Don't know Jamaican man full of talent, What's another man trash is the next man goal. Could they? Imagine me say we really want the person who dash the rod there in Key West. We see this rod right now and could never believe. Look at the rod. Beautiful. Real nice, eh? Tell a boy. That's it. The next man trash is the next man goal, me I tell a boy. What the man? The rod good. Yeah man, I youth man, I my rod man, You see me? A handline me deal with Portland I come from, so I don't know things that I hand to catch fish with. You see me, if I can't catch with fish with that, I'm a fisherman. And fancy rods up there and things to them a fisherman. Portland man, them a fisherman them man, you see me? Yeah. Hey my brother, see them I take. Run in there. No, I run there, go after them.